The Ichthys gas export pipeline will cross the shoreline at the landfall off Wickham Point Road to the south of the Bayou Darwin pipeline shore approach. To enable this pipeline to be pulled ashore from the shallow water lay barge, an area of mangroves shall be cleared. Road access established, cofferdam constructed and linear winch installed over 1 kilometre from the shoreline so that the linear winch spread is located above the high water mark and is accessible at any time. Once the cofferdam and linear winch are installed, the pull-in wire will be run out from shore to the offshore pull-in location between 1500 and 1800 metres from the linear winch location. The end of the wire will be buoyed off to allow the shallow water lay barge to recover and connect to the pipeline pull-in head offshore in readiness for the shore pull operations to begin. Upon completion of the customs clearances and mobilisation activities, the shallow water lay barge will be towed from anchorage in Darwin Harbour by anchor handling tugboats to the shore pull location where the vessel anchors shall be run out. The first joints of pipe will be welded to the pull-in head and pushed through the lay barge firing line to the stern of the vessel. The pull-in wire will be recovered from the seabed and connected to the pull-in head in preparation for the shore pull to begin. The shore pull using the linear winch on shore will occur in a step-by-step process as each new 12-metre length of pipe is welded to the pipeline on the shallow water lay barge. When the pull head has reached the final position on shore, the shallow water lay barge will commence moving away from the shore pull location using the anchor winches located aboard, while continuously welding new sections of pipe into the pipeline. The shallow water lay barge is a floating production line accommodating a large number of highly skilled workers for the purpose of installing the Ichthys pipeline through Darwin Harbour. The pipe tunnel or firing line consists of numerous workstations spaced 12 metres apart due to the standard length of pipe, with pipe lay tensioners located between stations to ensure the pipeline integrity during pipe lay operations. The pipe is cleaned and beveled prior to being transferred into the firing line, where it is lined up and welded onto the rest of the pipeline. With the pipeline being over 30 millimetres thick, the complete welding process will take place over a number of welding stations, where each welder will use the semi-automatic welding equipment to perform part of the complete weld. Once the welding process is complete, each weld is subjected to automatic ultrasonic testing to ensure there are no defects in the weld. In the last stations on the lay barge, the anti-corrosion coating and field joint infill are installed, ensuring the pipeline integrity during its operating life and providing mechanical protection to the pipeline during rock dumping. Line pipe for the Ichthys pipeline will be transported to the lay barge using supply vessels or barges and lifted on board using the vessel cranes prior to being inserted into the vessel firing line. The shallow water pipe lay barge holds position during welding and moves ahead after each weld is completed by hauling in and paying out on anchor winches located at each corner of the vessel. Due to the proximity of the power and telecommunications cables as well as the Bayou Darwin pipeline to the Ichthys pipeline, flotation such as Yokohama buoys will have to be connected to the anchor wires to ensure clearance between anchor wire and cable or pipeline is maintained. During pipelay, a survey vessel with remotely operated vehicle or ROV will trail the lay barge, monitoring the touchdown point of the pipeline to confirm it is laid within the trench and take an as-laid position of each joint of pipe. To initially run an anchor for the pipe lay barge, the anchor must first be passed from the lay barge to the anchor handling tug. The anchor wire is connected to the anchor, which in turn is connected to the pennant wire and buoy at the lay barge. The anchor is then transferred over to the tug by hauling in on the tug's winch while paying out on the lay barge anchor winch. When running over existing facilities such as the Bayou Darwin pipeline, buoyancy such as Yokohama fenders may have to be attached to the anchor wire. The tug will then manoeuvre to the predetermined anchor drop position, and the anchor will be deployed and the pennant buoy overboarded. A laydown head will be welded to the end of the pipeline, and the head will be connected to the abandonment and recovery winch on board the lay barge. At the completion of the shallow water pipelay, the Ichthys pipeline will be laid down to allow the deep water lay barge to recover and continue the pipelay to the Ichthys field. The pipeline load will be transferred from the vessel tensioners to the abandonment and recovery winch, which will slowly pay out wire while the lay barge moves ahead on anchors. Once the laydown head is clear of the lay barge stern, the tension on the abandonment and recovery winch will be reduced and the pipeline will be lowered to the seabed. The winch will be disconnected from the head and the shallow water lay barge will demobilize from the project.